Welcome back to Fantasy Football Today, presented by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. I'm Jamie, that's Heath, that's Robert. It's time for the roster trends of the moves that were made on CBSSports.com leagues on Tuesday night. The most added, most dropped, and most traded players. Remember, this is always impactful for what moves you could be making for those of you that have waivers that run on Wednesday. So let's show you the most added list, and probably no surprise that there's going to be a couple running backs on this list, one in particular in Jeremy McNichols, the other being Gus Edwards. So we'll start with the Commander situation. So McNichols added in a ton of leagues, but Wednesday's practice, bad for Austin Eckler. He's in the concussion protocol, did not practice. Good for Brian Robinson. So Robert, when you look at Robinson returning and Eckler not being there, is adding McNichols a bad move? Because it feels like there's going to be a little redundancy there between him and Robinson can certainly work in the passing game.
It can be a good move if you feel like McNichols is going to essentially take the third down role and be a huge part of the passing game for the Commanders. But with Brian Robinson being healthy, it is a little, I'm pondering a bit why he's the second most added player around fantasy managers. I don't know if I would take that approach, especially with Brian Robinson seemingly being healthy, but he could be a big part of the third down package heading into Sunday.
So before you jump in, Heath, so I think people are adding it with the assumption that Robinson was not going to play after he left last week. These are the moves that happened on Tuesday night, so that could be why he was adding that capacity. Heath, if Robinson plays and with McNichols there, it's not a good matchup against Tennessee. How do you view these two guys taking on the Titans?
So I updated my projections already to just kind of what happened in week 4 when Austin Eckler missed time. And what we had was about 47% of the team's rush attempts went to Robinson, about a 30% went to McNichols. Robinson had a 10% receiving share. McNichols, I think, had a 3 to 4. That makes Robinson a borderline number 2 running back, but it's an awful matchup. So I wouldn't really want to start either one of the Commanders.
It does help, though, that Robinson, at least last year, was big in the passing game. So we'll see what happens for him in this matchup. That could be where they have some success. But you've seen this Titans defense. Joe Mixon just got shut down. Aaron Jones got shut down recently. They're very good at stopping the run, not so much at stopping the pass. All right, we have Gus Edwards being added, and this is important because J.K. Dobbins could miss multiple weeks with his knee injury that cost him to leave Monday's game against Baltimore. So, Heath, I know you're not a big fan of Gus Edwards, but there's a big opportunity here. And then we also have Kamani Vidal. How do you view the Chargers backfield for this week and then moving forward?
I do not want to start a Chargers running back. Gus Edwards has been one of the worst rushers in the NFL this year. Last in avoid rate, last in yards created, had 18 carries early this season against the Panthers and scored 5.9 fantasy points.
Robert?
You know, actually, it wouldn't surprise me if Kamani Vidal is a guy that you may put in a flex situation here if really needed. The Chargers have been high on him really coming into the season. It's just that J.K. Dobbins is really taking over that starting role. But with him being out and, like he mentioned, Gus Edwards not really being productive, this could be actually a bigger opportunity for Vidal.
I am curious, though, with the matchup against Atlanta, if the Chargers offense shows up, throw to score, run to win, do they give Edwards some chances, certainly by the goal line? So he's going to probably have to score. He's not going to work in the passing game, but he's not a bad add just to see what happens moving forward because this run game has been successful, mostly on the legs of J.K. Dobbins, who's been having a fantastic season. So we hope he's back soon. Certainly hope he's back at 100% for the fantasy playoffs. All right, let's show you the most drop list. Not a lot of impact here for, I think, what fantasy managers are looking at moving forward. A lot of defenses being dropped, a lot of kickers being dropped. Audric Estime, easy to move on from him, knowing that we've seen Javonte Williams in and out of the featured role for the Broncos. Last week was Dylan McLaughlin. Raheem Mostert's fallen to 3rd on the list. Robert, I'll ask you, Cedric Tillman, is it a bad idea to drop him? I know he's had 2 disappointing games in a row, but last week he did suffer a concussion against the Steelers. We're not sure if he's going to play this week against the Broncos, but are we just moving on from him too soon?
Yeah, if you feel like he's not going to play, maybe it's a good idea to drop him, but I think it's too soon right now. I mean, he was explosive once Jameis Winston became the starting quarterback again. He's had a couple bad games, but I would keep him in my lineup for sure because this offense for the Cleveland Browns is just one of those boomer bust type opportunities for every wide receiver that's a part of that core. So I think it's too soon to drop Tillman at this juncture.
Yeah, I kind of view, when all 3 of these guys are healthy, I kind of view the Browns receivers a lot like the Bears wide receivers. It's like you just got 3 number 3 wide receivers, and any of them could be a top 15 guy in a given week. I would like to hold on to Cedric Tillman if I can.
Yeah, and not a bad idea to pick up Elijah Moore also with the injury to Cedric Tillman. He was available in about 60% of leagues on CBSSports.com fantasy leagues. So just keep an eye on this. It's not an easy matchup against Denver. But when Jameis has played well, Elijah Moore has played well. When Jameis has played bad, Moore has played bad. So there's an easy correlation there that Moore is a big part of Jameis Winston's success. All right, we'll show you the most traded list. I know some trade deadlines have passed already. Some are still coming up. This will probably be the last time we show you the most traded list. But some players here that are still on the move. Very interesting situation with the Chiefs running back situation because we could have Isaiah Pacheco returning this week. Robert, I'll ask you this just because we've talked about this a lot. If he does come back this week, we've heard Andy Reid said they'll kind of mix and match both running backs. Would you trust Hunt still with Pacheco back? It's a great matchup against the Raiders.
No, I'd have to move Hunt to my bench if Isaiah Pacheco's coming back into the lineup. I think that he would get the lion's share of the opportunities for the Chiefs in the backfield. And quite frankly, Kareem Hunt just hasn't been all that productive over the last few weeks either. So a big opportunity for Isaiah Pacheco coming back.
And I just kind of think that the Chiefs are wanting to see, like, what does Pacheco look like in a game? Coming back from a broken leg in the same season doesn't happen very often, and this is a team that plans on playing at the end of January, early February. I'd still rather start Hunt than Pacheco this week, but I think they're both flexes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe just give one more week. Let Isaiah Pacheco get 100%. They have a sort of a mini bye playing on Friday. Get back to week 14 and maybe use Pacheco for the stretch run there. All right, we got one question for you. Remember, we're going to answer a bunch of your questions at the end of the show. Continue to send them to us on social media using hashtag AskFFT. And Terry in the Trenches wants to know, choose one flex in a PPR league. Sam Laporta, Jacoby Myers, or Xavier Legette. Robert, who's the flex option for you?
I'm going Xavier Legette.
I will go Jacoby Myers.
I'll go Jacoby Myers as well. I do want to see what Legette looks like another week with everybody there, Adam Thielen back, but Jacoby Myers has just been so awesome. I don't think the Chiefs will slow him down, so he would be my favorite of that trio. All right, we're going to take a break right now. We come back. It's time for the running back roundtable. Lots of questionable situations going on in certain backfields. Robert will break it down for us. Heath will give this fantasy spin. That's next on FFT.